And Biden has done what? Welcome back, America, to the guillotine of truth, where I, Mr. Habib, will be beheading the lies and deception of the fake stream media. Before we begin today, please share, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so when Mr. Habib comes on, you will know about his video. Today, we are going to talk about the accomplishments of President Trump. I am old enough to remember ISIS. Did you forget how they were destroying the Middle East? How they were taking over countries and establishing a caliphate? What happened to them? As soon as Trump came into office, he destroyed them. Who created them? Who supplied them? Obama. If you don't believe me, do your research. We were giving weapons to the freedom fighters who 64 of them joined ISIS. But Trump destroyed them. And today they are not a threat to us anymore. 2. Do not forget North Korea. They were lobbing missiles left and right over Guam to Japan. What happened? As an exchange of words. My button is bigger than your button. I will blow you up. I will blow you up. But in the end, the crazier of the crazy, he is winning. Now today, we have a peace with North Korea. They are not threatening us anymore. It is good to make friends of your enemies. Number 3, withdrawing our troops from the Middle East. Syria is much better off without Americans there. Iraq is also reducing the amount of Americans there. We are giving back their air bases to the Iraqi security forces. America is making peace in the Middle East. We are today, in this day, negotiating with the Taliban. Some people might not agree with this, but you have to talk to your enemies if you are ever to make peace with them. Number 4, replacing NAFTA with the USMCA. This was a destructive thing to American jobs, this NAFTA. Trump and his team renegotiated this deal, although many said he couldn't. And eventually, even the Democrats had to sign on to this. Good work. Number 5. Though many people might not agree with this, it to me is an accomplishment. Stopping the unstoppable flow of illegal immigrants into America. Obama said he would do it. Bush said he would do it. Clinton said he would do it. They all agreed that it was not good for America and American jobs and the American system. But none of them actually did anything to stop the flow. Yes, Obama was the deporter-in-chief, which I am not mad at him for. But as an immigrant myself, I don't think that anyone should be able to just walk into America and become American. I am trying today to get my family over here. Although many of them have come over the many years and have become American citizens, it is wrong just to let people walk into the country. You don't even know who they are. Let's not forget the wall. And don't let them lie to you. There is almost 300 miles of wall built. Also, the fentanyl coming from Mexico. 72,000 Americans died last year from drug overdoses, most of it coming through the Mexican border. And what about the child sex traffic ring. Many of these people come with children that are not even their own. But yet, you have no problem saying, come in. We don't care who you are. But let me tell you this, America, immigrants are offended by this. Legal immigrants are offended by illegal immigrants. But for the sake of not making this too long, I must move on. Now, in no particular order, because I am not too orderly, I must mention the Right to Try Act. This is an act to allow people who are very, very sick, that are dying, who are most likely going to die, to take advantage of experimental medicine. Medicine that has not been completely approved. What is wrong with this? Nothing. If you are going to die, you should have every chance to live. You should not have to wait for some bureaucrat to say it is now okay. You have the right to try to save your life. Number 7, the magic wand that brought back hundreds of thousands of jobs from overseas. They said he could not do it, but through tariffs and helping American manufacturing, reducing the cost of manufacturing in America, hundreds of thousands of jobs in manufacturing have come back, which many predicted could not happen. Number 8, lowest unemployment for everyone. They like to say for the Spanish, for the black, for the Asian, for the woman, but it is for everyone. Everyone. Nationality, sex, gender, everyone. The lowest unemployment. People are working. Millions of people have come off welfare. This is another accomplishment, America. One of his greatest and most touted, because it is one of the most important and relevant to American people. Number 9, the opioid addiction in America is real and it is very strong. I have mentioned before, it has killed over 70,000 Americans in 1 year. Trump has secured $6 billion to combat this addiction, along with stifling the pouring in of drugs from the Mexican border, saving American lives, treating the disease of this addiction from every direction. Number 10, by restructuring the tax system, people take home more money. Families pay less tax. By the increase in jobs, people are bringing in more income. It is not only for his rich friends, the major companies out there. People are doing better in America due to these tax cuts. Don't be fooled. Number 11, for the first time in many decades, America is now exporting energy. We are shipping gas by the tanker across the world. And now Biden wants to stop this? He wants to end fracking? Not a good idea, America. We will be going backwards. Number 12, since 2016, NATO has paid up over $70 billion. No longer are we protecting them for free. They must pay their fair share, and Trump is making sure of this. Number 13, finally, a president that is looking and willing to stand up to China. For decades, they have been taking our jobs, our technology, reproducing goods, stealing profits from American companies and manufacturers. And today, Trump is fighting back. You should not have to give up your technology to have business in China. But the government requires you to give them your technology. This should not happen. We need to stop these actions. Also, the tariffs on the steel. They were making steel so cheap, we could not compete. When you have 5-year-olds making steel for 1 penny a day, how can an American have a job doing this in America? Thank you, President Trump. Number 14, and some people are not going to be happy about this. Since coming into office, Trump has nominated and put through over 220 lifetime federal judges and put in 3 Supreme Court judges. Okay, no more numbers because now I am getting confused. But let's talk about more accomplishments. Generic drug prices have been reduced. By getting a favored nation status, companies and people are able to get drugs for a lot cheaper. Let's talk about the individual mandate. Through Obamacare, if you did not purchase insurance, you were paying 2% of your income in federal taxes. Let's talk about VA choice. Before President Trump, the VA was doing horribly for the veterans. Now they have an expanded choice where they can choose multiple healthcare insurance and see their own doctor. Let's talk about the funding of historically black colleges and universities. No more kissing the boots of the president every year. Trump funded them for 10 years straight. How about that? What about economic zones where people can invest in communities where traditionally they are not investing? There is now an incentive the government provided so people would invest in these communities. Yes, people are making money by creating opportunities for other people to make money, to have jobs, to get their own businesses and flourish. Let's not forget the First Step Act. Now, many presidents before him said they wanted to do criminal reform. Biden just wanted to throw them all in jail, but that is a different video I did before. But many times, people are being released from jail that were overly sentenced. America. Let's talk about the Space Force. Now, they are not going to fight aliens because if the aliens can get here, then they will kick our ass. But in the future, with new commerce in outer space, we will need to defend our equipment, our satellites. Let's talk about the military. We have strengthened our military, reinforced our established might in the world. No longer are people willing to take a chance with America. We will not have our soldiers on a boat with their hands behind their heads. People know better. How about the Israeli peace deal with the United Arab Emirates? Some of you don't know, but this is where Dubai is. And what about Bahrain? Imagine this. Peace treaties that were never thought to be before are happening now under President Trump. This is why he has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by 3 different countries or people, whoever nominates Nobel Peace Prize winners. Meanwhile, Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize and did not have 1 day of peace for 8 years. He actually destroyed 7 or 8 countries. And guess what? The 2028 Olympics will be in Los Angeles, California. Who do you think helped secure this? Trump. Although some of you may not agree Mr. Habib does. The federal government should not be forcing bathroom requirements on schools and businesses. That should be left up to the state. People should not be forced to send their daughters and sons to bathrooms with people that are not sure if they are men or women. Don't be offended. This is just my opinion. Also, trans should not be in the military. If you have a mental situation where you cannot disseminate what you biologically are, the government should not allow you in the military, and they definitely should not pay to chop off anybody's zubis. I also respect that he fights for religious freedom. While the left, Democrats, I call them Democrats, are making sure that the abortion centers are open during the COVID crisis, labeling them essential because it is mandatory that you rip human beings out of your body, that you put there. It is mandatory that the liquor stores stay open so all the drunk people can make sure that they swallow away their sorrows. And I understand. But they close down the churches, the synagogues, and the mosques. This is foolish. And only because of Trump fighting did they even open them back up. To this day, today, they would still be closed. Essential is God before liquor and abortions. My opinion. Let's not forget the trillions of dollars injected into the American economy, providing checks for the people. Let's not forget the $600 extra every week people were getting to support their families. This is not mentioned. They say he is not supporting the American people, but people, if you lost your job, you received an extra $2,400 a month. But they don't like to talk about that. Let's talk about how the Democrats are making sure you are not getting any more money. Didn't Trump propose that they just pass legislation to send you checks directly to your house and work on everything else? But they refused because, like they are doing all over the country, they will do anything to make this president look bad for him to lose the election. They will stop the economy. They will allow their army, BLM, Antifa, and the anarchists to burn down the businesses, destroy the revenue and the jobs of people. They actually implore it. They push it. They say, yes, go out and protest. They are stopping your check, not Trump. But when we elect him again, we will build back this economy. He is not Slow Joe laying down in his basement, wearing a mask on the internet, bending his knees. We have a true leader, America. In closing, America, many of you have already voted. But for you that have not, you are making a choice. You are choosing, and I'm not being exaggerating, between a communist who wants the world to do better, who wants to give free medical insurance to illegal immigrants, who wants to take your tax dollars and give them stimulus, who wants to have an open border to let people come in and do what they want, someone that has a very suspicious history and a son who is, I don't want to be too rude, but a crackhead who is taking advantage of the fact that his father is president, someone that does not come out of his basement, someone who has been in politics for 50 years. And you cannot name one accomplishment. Whom I also think he is maybe a little racist with statements like, you're not black, unlike the black community, put them back in chains, I don't want my children in a racial jungle. He is openly, not just historically, but presently, a racist. There are many more things I can say, but I will take the capitalist, nationalist that says America first, who wants us to be energy independent and not get away from what is making us strong, creating weakness, giving other people strength, any day over a communist who allows for the destruction of this country, his party, for political gain. The choice is yours. Think and choose wisely. If you are still here after 20 minutes, well, kudos for you. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. Mr. Habib is out. America, I love you.